Hello. I was gonna do a unboxing video of some other figures I got, but this one's a little bit more relevant, so I figured I might get some people might care about this, but it's the little, Superman multiverse figure for the new movie. And I noticed for some reason, like, a lot of people want this figure because it's on eBay for like double the price it goes for online. So I figured I'd open it up and just like check it out. Typically, like, I just kind of started collecting figures, so I'm more of like a Marvel Legends guy, and like I see the DC figures, but like everyone complains about McFarlane toys, and so like I kind of want to see why, because at the same time, like, they have some pretty cool looking figures. I don't know if it's like the articulation or if it's the lack of, I don't know, because like looking at this off the back, oh, there's like a little card in the back. I didn't even, in a stand. I didn't even realize that. There's a dude and strapped in there by like some rubber bands. I got the one with the rubber cape because this is the. You can't even hear me. Right, like my first impressions off the bat, like, it's not bad, honestly. Do I prefer this over like a Marvel Legends? No. The face sculpt, honestly, like, through the box, I wasn't a big fan of it. There's not a lot of articulation in the neck. It doesn't feel like it feels pretty restricted right there. But like the face sculpt, I don't think is that bad. My camera's not wanting to focus, but it's a little bit derpy looking, but it's not terrible. The articulation, it has like this weird like ball joint in the shoulder, which I feel like that's pretty nice. Like, Marvel Legends typically has, butterfly joints, and so like to see this kind of like nice, like, I feel like that would be super posable, but it also doesn't feel like super firm either. Like, it feels kind of like loose. And it has it on both shoulders. There's a crease right here, but that you think would, oh yeah, you can like turn it around a little bit, but it's kind of limited by how this joint runs into it. So like you can bend the arm out like this. Yeah, the normal double jointed elbows, and it looks like I don't know if I like that, but it's not, I don't know if it's absolutely terrible, but how they have these wrists molded, it looks like it's just like a single joint instead of like how the wrists have, or the ankles have, like the just normal, or, well, no, it's down there as well. But you can still twist the foot around just a little bit. I don't know, it's not a bad looking figure, it's just like the articulation kind of weirds me out, and it might, I don't know if it's just because whatever's going on over here, but he came out of the trunk kind of looking a little bit funky with like his back. You can't, but yeah, it looks like you can move him around. I don't know, it's not a bad figure. I do like the rubber cape. The texture on it's real nice. It looks fairly realistic, but yeah, it's a nice figure. I just don't know if the articulation even lives up to the Marvel Legends. I understand why people are picking up, because like it's the new Superman, you know, and whatever, but I'm not entirely sure if the hype is all that worth it for this figure alone. The knees just, I feel like they could do a little bit more with the articulation, and maybe that's just me, but like, I mean, even right there, like I've bent the knee up as far as I can, and these are rubber, but like when you bend it back down, I've already put a little crease in the rubber, so that's not gonna bend right. And I made it look like my brother has a bulge, or no, that's just molded in there. Kind of weird. That's not getting edited out either. Yeah, but yeah, I just like, it's a nice figure, don't get me wrong, like it feels high quality. There's just certain aspects that also, like, they feel kind of cheap, on the cheaper end. And I feel like it would be cool to pose it like in a flying stance, but you can't really do that because Buddy doesn't have any mobility in the head. He's just a, like, he can really barely even turn left or right. Maybe in the deluxe edition it's different, but I'm not entirely sure. But like, yeah, like if you look at the neck articulation, he barely really even turns that way. I mean, you can do a full 360, yeah, but you gotta really work it in there. And then he doesn't really look up at all. Like, this is about a straight on view, and that's about as far as he looks up. And that, yeah, like, as a Superman figure, like, you think him flying would be, like, him being able to be posed like he was flying would be a very essential thing to do, but like, he can't even really do that because the neck articulation. And I mean, the shoulder joints are nice, they're pretty mobile, like you could do a lot of things with this, I think. But the feet are a little, I mean, no, the feet, they have toe joints. Marvel Legends usually doesn't have toe joints, so I'll give them that. And the knee joints are fine. I feel like the knee joints are really they're very posable. It's just the waist, or like, I don't know what you would call that, like the hip joints. Like, yeah, you could make them do the splits, but when is Superman doing the splits? I just feel like there's a lack of mobility up there. Actually, no. You just gotta really work it, but then you're working on this little rubber underwear piece. And I feel like you probably just would want to keep that intact. If maybe I'm going off on a tangent. Overall, it's not a bad figure. I mean, I think the sculpting is pretty alright. This is from not a very experienced figure collector, but I mean, I think the face sculpt could use a little bit of work. And so just the head sculpt in general, I would like if there was a little bit more mobility in the neck. But I mean, the paint job is nice. I think it might just be my room, but I think the blue's a little bit too dark. I might be wrong, but I mean, like comic book Superman, perfect colors. I just feel like in the promotional art, this suit might be a little bit more like a lighter shade of blue, but I mean, in this picture he's obviously that shade of blue. But oh, there's also a card in here I didn't see. Well, I did see, I just forgot to take out, so let's see what that's all about. How in the world do I get this out without, like, damaging the card? I mean, there's a stand as well. That's nice, because I know with Marvel Legends you don't have that, usually. Let's see what this little card, is it like an actual like trading card type deal? I destroyed that thing, but yeah, it's just a little card. It has a little data file on the back. It says both the son of the otherworldly Krypton and planet Earth's small town Smallville. The meta-human superhero Superman, aka Metropolis's Daily Planet reporter Clark Kent. Yada yada. It just talks about him. Has a little picture of him. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice figure. It also comes with a stand, so it could be a decent display piece if you're a fan of Superman, or if you end up being a fan of the movie. And let me see if I can get him to stand without him like falling down. Yeah, there he goes. He's standing right up. I don't know how posable he's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely work something out. I feel like he's definitely posable. He's kind of struggling standing, honestly. But that's okay. I haven't spent enough time either just working with it to see what works. The cape's also pretty heavy, to be fair. So, like, you probably just need a heavier base and maybe one with, like, 2 pins in it to put both the feet in it. Because both the feet have pins. So you could, in theory, pose it like that. And I'm getting them to stand. It's kind of hard to see. And my camera's sitting on the desk. But yeah, I mean, he's on the base right now. I'm not holding him. There's not anything under his cape. So he is standing. But it was kind of difficult, and it's kind of hard to get him in something that's super reliable. Oh, I also forgot to mention, this is probably going to be the end. He does come with... Jesus Christ, I can't get it out of there. He comes with 2 alternate hands, just flat little hands, karate chops. Or I would like to think it's if he was flying, but since his neck articulation doesn't look all the way up, is it really worth providing these? Because like I could see him like, doing this through the sky and whatever, but he really doesn't have that option with the neck articulation. Like, you couldn't really pose him like that and make it look natural, in my opinion. I mean, you could do your best, but yeah, I'm just yapping the yap at this point. It's an alright figure. Would I have spent my money on this if I knew and opened the box, if I knew what was inside of it? Probably not. I probably would have put it on eBay and resold it with the other people that have been selling it for like $40 because people really want these things right now. Yeah, but I mean, if you find it, I found mine at Target. They had a pretty good selection there. I don't know about other locations, but near me, yeah, they had a bunch of the other figures. They had a Metamorpho. I think they had an Ultraman, but my budget was this little guy right here, and I would rather just have the Superman. But yeah, decent figure. Thank you for watching my yap session.